Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be going through a use case, an automation use case, and we'll be using UiPath as our tool to design an automation. So the applications that we'll be interacting with, we'll be interacting with the web application. It's called ACME, as well as Excel. We'll be writing some data to Excel. So the task that we have at hand, we'll be logging into the ACME system. So when login and the password is correct, we log in, click on work items. I'll be showcasing this, navigate through the 11 pages while extracting the desired info, and then we'll be writing the data to Excel and then logging out of the system. So this is the system, the ACME system 1. So our task that we have will be logging in. And maybe who this course is for. It's a beginner course. If you're new to UiPath, this will help you to get you up to speed, and it will be a complete course. So I'll be going through the different. So I'll be starting with the demo bot, as we're gonna see in this tutorial, but we'll be looking at the different components that make up an automation. If you're to design a production ready automation, what do you need to know? We'll be looking into all those in this course. So the task we have at hand, we log in, then click on work items here. Then after clicking on work items, our job is to navigate through the entire pages from page 1 to page 11. You can type down in the chat, how much time do you think this activity will take you if you're doing it manually? Imagine every day you receive an email, like at close of day, let me say at 4, and you're supposed to scrub these new items that have been added maybe by IT team or something, and you have to scrub these items, write them to an Excel, and then send them to a particular team or business. How much time would it take you? Logging in, navigate from page 1 to page 2 up to page 11. So you can type down in the chat, but I'm positive it will take you some bit of time. So then after log out, so this is the use case that you'll be working with. So go ahead and open my studio. Yeah, so before I did this part, I was just creating a project. And so we just hold on a bit and wait till the project starts. So for this part. So this is our studio. So the idea is that you've already gotten UiPath Studio onto your machine, but there are many guides online. In case you don't have it, you can just type in how to download and you get a how-to video on how you can get started. So this is our UiPath Studio. We have the activities panel. This is very key. We'll be using it a lot in our development. And then the projects panel. This shows you the layout of our project. So then for our case, we need to open a browser, right? So the activities is a browser. We're opening a browser, right? So we have an activity called use application. Use application. It's here, it's under UI automation. So when you come in the project, you see that we have UiPath system activities. So the activity that I want to use, it is in UiPath activities. So you have two options. You can just drag this here, as you can see. It will go on and automatically install the dependencies that are not there. As you can see now, it's saying restoring dependencies. Or alternatively, what you can do. Oh, it says already. Wow, this is amazing. Some serious improvement. So here you can still come into manage packages, click on manage packages, and type in UiPath.ui. So you're also still able to get the UiPath UI automation activities. So here it's already installed here, but if it wasn't, I install and then save. So it has been automatically created for me and installed. So I'll go ahead and open my application. It's already open. So the activity is saying indicate. So I'll come and indicate my application. So you see it has picked the URL. So when I come in here, I'm clicking on properties panel. So in the properties panel, you're able to see quite a number of attributes, right? But the one that I'm interested in is the one that I want to showcase. Target browser. You can change the display name here, browser. Here you can the options open. You can define whether to open the target before executing activities. So you see you have a number of activities. You have a number of properties that you can adjust in this activity. You can resize. You can decide to maximize every time it opens. Yeah. So timeout. So for now, I've only changed the resize. I'll be dealing with maximize, but the rest I'll leave it as is. So that's it there. Then I have to type in some things. I have to type into. So you see when I said type into, you notice that I have a type into for UI and a type into classic, right? So in terms of design, we have two types of design. We have a modern experience. So this activity is for modern experience, and also the classic one. These are classic ones. These are the ones that came first with UiPath. So there's some improvements in there, but in terms of what to achieve, you can use them to achieve the same thing. But the modern experience automatically is more up to date. It has the latest features and it's the most recent. So we'll look into them. So for the email, I use the modern experience so that we get a feel of both of them. So it says indicate in browser. So I'll come indicate my field email. It has provided an anchor target. I can validate again here. Say validation 100%. So I've gotten the UI element correct. So I'll confirm from here. Then for the password that you let me just drag it so that you can have a look and see. You see here, it's literally the same, but it's not literally the same. There are some differences. You can see that this doesn't have a lot of details compared to this. But in terms of designing, you can achieve the same thing with them. It's just an improvement. Take this type into for the modern experience to be an improved version of this one. Yeah, so I'll stick to the modern experience design. So I'll get my drag my activity, indicate this is a password, indicate, validate, and then confirm. So I type in my password. So you see the activity is intelligent enough to know that this is the password just by clicking. So you see it has brought it in the password format. Though if you're designing production ready automations, there are better ways you can do this. So instead of typing it in manually here, you can attach it to Orchestrator. If you don't know how, we'll be getting to know. I'll be doing a video on that, or you can also look it up online. It's there, and how you can use Orchestrator to store your credentials. But I'll be covering those also in the later videos. So that's my password. Then for the username, I'll use a variable. So this is the first time we're interacting with the variables in UiPath. So how do you create a variable? You have a different ways on how you can create a variable. My best way on how to go about it is by using a shortcut on my keyboard. It's Ctrl K. So it says set var, so I'll call it username. Alternatively, you can even create it from the panel by just clicking and naming it. So I can delete again. Or you can even create from the data manager. You can create from here, you see variable, and you also get it as well here. So I have my username, and I'll give it a default value of my username, which is kkallen07 at 07 at gmail.com. So it's there, my variable, my password, and then after we'll be clicking, right? I'll be clicking the login button. So I'll say click. So you see that the naming is really intuitive in the way that it's very close to the activity that you want to achieve, or the action or the task that you want to achieve. So click. It automatically says click. So I'll say login. I'll choose remember me as my anchor. So the anchor, the anchor directs. So my desired UI element is login, right? Which has a text of login. So when you come here in the target, my desired UI element is login. It's saying inner text. So I've already gotten that one. And it has also a number of selectors. We have strict, fuzzy. I went with the fuzzy. So even though I click strict, see it's saying submit. But it's not bringing exactly what I want for now. That's why I don't need it. The tool that even automatically selected the best selector for me. So I'll go with that. Computer vision login is that. So that's okay with me. And then the anchor, which is my remember me, the AA, my inner text remember. So this serves the purpose because I don't have any remember me on any other part of the screen. So I guess that will be the best. So I validate, I confirm. So I'm able to log in. But one thing we're forgetting, never build without testing. So I'll first close and try to test, and let's see whether my bot is able to log in at this point. So how you can run using F6 or here to run it to run the current file. So I'll click debug. So it has opened the application. It's typing in, and log in. So you see, so we're in. So after logging in, type my ACME. So after logging in, so do this. Click. Sorry, it's click already. So right click. So just put here. Then to add a breakpoint, you can right click and then toggle breakpoint, but I prefer using the shortcut, which is F9. First, so it logged me out, so I want to open to the point of work items, then I'll have to select. So let me run. I've run it in debug. So when it hits my breakpoint, it won't close, because I don't want to close the application. Login. Then it has hit a breakpoint, so I'm able to continue properly while leveraging the power of the bot to log in for me instead of me manually typing in, because it can be time consuming. So I'll enable this. So I'm using to comment, it's Control D. Then to enable again, to uncomment is Control E. So I'll indicate on UI, I'll indicate work items, validate. So yeah, so you can still add in an anchor here, but it's only work items that we have here. So the bot will be able to get, even though I don't provide an anchor. So it doesn't necessarily have to always be having an anchor, but you can still add in an anchor if you want. But I'll leave it that way. So I'll validate, confirm. So after doing that, when we come to this page, the task is to scrape all the 11 something pages. So the UiPath has created really a very awesome activity. It's called extract data table. So with this, you're able to extract data that's structured from website. As long as data is in a tabular format, you're able to extract it using this extract data table activity. So I'll come indicate. So I'll indicate. So it's asking me, would you like to extract all the columns from the table? I'll say yes. So it's saying if the data is on multiple pages, enable extract from multiple pages. So I would say extract from multiple pages, and also next button. I also have to indicate the next button. So the next button, it's here. So I'll save and close. In case the next button you're not getting it right, you can always come here and adjust and see whether you. So the inner text is this, which is what we want. So the next button to explain what's happening here. So this extract data table, it's able to pick all the data, right, on a particular single page. But to be able to navigate to another page, the bot will need to know how to navigate to another page so that it's able to extract all the data on the following pages, all of them. So that's why we need to indicate the next button. So the next button, it's able to pick the UI element of the next button, and every time it gets the data on a single page, it will be able to navigate to another page up to when there are no other recurring pages. So I'll save and close. So we have extracted the data, but where are we extracting the data to? So I'll create a variable still using okay, this time around I won't use the shortcut, so I'll come in my variables panel and I'll create a variable called extract data, or I'll call it extracted data. So the extracted data, so the beauty of creating the variable directly from here, so you see here I've created a variable called extracted data. So the variable type is of type string, right? But the data that we're extracting from the web is not of type string, because you're extracting a table. So in VB.NET, we have a data type called data table, which is able to save data in a tabular format in memory. Yeah, so it's literally like Excel in a nutshell. That's how I can explain. It has columns and rows. So that's the data table. So what I can do here, since we are dealing with the data table, I'll have to come in variables and browse. I actually don't need to browse. If you see here, I'm having system.data.data table. So this is the data table that I'll be going with. So I'll select it, and in the variables I'll fill it with extracted data. So the data that we pick, it's in my data table. Then finally I'm writing it to Excel. So I'll say write data table to Excel. So write data table to Excel. So when you come in here, you're able to see that a dependency has been installed, which is a UiPath.excel.activities. Actually, now this is awesome, because before you had to know, but actually now you just need to type in an activity, and whether the dependency is installed or not, it will automatically install. So to be able to use this Excel activity, I'll have to do a couple of things. So I'll need an Excel. So I'll need this activity, use Excel. So in here, so I have to select a workbook. So for my case, let me review this. Let me open this project. So I'll come in here, I'll create an Excel file. So I'll call it ACME data. So you have an option of you type shift on your keyboard, then you right click. Shift on your keyboard and right click, then you get an option of copy as path. So you copy as path, and then you come in your workbook and then paste that path there. Alternatively, you can just click and select the file and open. So this will open it directly. So the only difference, it will open it with a relative path, since we have it in our project folder, but I'd use an absolute path. So either way, it should work. Shouldn't be a problem. So what to write? I'm writing this extracted data, and then destination. So since we're using Excel, so I'll be able to pick this, and I'll be writing the data to sheet 1, or you can even have a custom input, but I'll just go with this. So this one. So it's a warning, UiPath recommends use Excel inside an Excel scope activity. So they say I have to use it under an Excel scope activity. So I'll get this, narrow this down, and then I can even remove this. Then I'll just drop this here, and that should do away with the warning. Yeah, super. So fingers crossed. So let me run and test, and we'll see whether the bot is giving us what we want. Maybe finally I have to log out. Click log out. So I'll say click. Indicate, and I'll click on what? Log out. I can use this as an anchor, but even though I don't, it should either work. Validate. Target and anchor, okay. Confirm. Now it's time to test our workflow. So I'll sign out from here. I'll log out. I'll close this. Then I will debug. So it has opened the application. The bot is logging in. It has clicked on mark items. Now it is navigating through the pages. If you look at here, if you look at the top here, you're able to see that the pages keep on changing. So once it's done, it will write the data to Excel. So how much time would this activity take you? Type in the chat, because now it's the bot doing it, and we will see how much time it has used to run. It is on page 11. Now it has to log out. And write the data to Excel. Yeah, so within 1 minute and 26 seconds, so see that the bot has logged out. Come in my can refresh objects. So when I come in my ACME data, I can see that my items have been written here within just 1 minute and some few seconds. So that was it for this crash course. So in the later videos we'll be going into the different nitty-gritties of how we can build this kind of application, like the UI elements. How do you come up with the nice selectors for UI elements? How do you use variables, like how you've used them here? Okay, so now we have seen how, but how probably like we get to understand how you can really design a solid production ready automation, because here it's working, but it can only work as on only on the local, but you cannot push it to production this kind of way. There's nothing like logging, and also handling the difficult situation. For example, if the user is already logged in, how do we handle that? So you could be able to check and be safe. If the user is logged in, first log them out, then you see those kind of scenarios. So see you in the next videos, and kindly do please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Ciao, ciao.